Well, we know that this movie starring Mark Wahlberg and Isabella Moner will be way better than their last one. Their last one? The last Transformers movie. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Talkin Movies. As always, I am your host, the real Geno Reynolds, and today we're going to be talking about the family comedy Instant Family. This movie is about a couple that they know something's missing, but they're not sure what it is, and an argument leads them to looking into becoming foster parents, and they end up fostering these three kids, one of them being a teenager, and the story is about their ups, their downs, their and the journey of being parents and the journey of kids that are in the system. This movie is from Sean Anders, who is either writer and or director of such movies such as the Daddy's Home films, Horrible Bosses 2, Dumb and Dumber 2, Sex Drive, just to name a few. And I have to say, he's kind of hit and miss with me. I mean, I liked Horrible Bosses 2, and one viewing of Dumb and Dumber 2 was good. I like the Daddy's Home movies okay. But what I liked about this movie was, unlike the humor in those films, where it could go from normal stuff to, normal things that could happen to you, to cartoonishly unrealistic slapstick. This movie kind of kept things kind of grounded in reality. Sure, there were some slapstick jokes, a lot of them involving the little boy of the three kids being very accident prone. They didn't do anything that couldn't really happen in real life. And actually, one of the scenes of him getting hurt leads to some big, character changes for the whole group, the whole family. I really liked that this movie, when it was funny, it was subtly funny. There were times that they went to the well a little too much on some of the jokes. Now, the scenes where they go to this, it's like a support group for foster parents. Those scenes were great, and a lot of them were very funny, but it was also those scenes where they would go to the well too much on some of the jokes. An example is Elijah Schlesinger, who I love as a comedian. She plays a single or wannabe single mom that wants to find herself a foster kid that she can basically turn into the next sports superstar. And they make the joke of, oh, it's the story of The Blind Side like 5,000 times. Which, again, it's fine, and it was funny at first, but then it's like, you're going back there again. It's not a movie killer. It's just that it was jokes like this that if you took some of them out, it would have shortened the movie a little bit. And I think the movie being at around 2 hours, I think it was just a tad over 2, made it a little long and took a little bit of focus away from the main story. And there was a lot going on in the main story. But for the most part, everyone that's in this movie, I really enjoyed. Mark Wahlberg and Rose Byrne made for a fine couple. Isabella Moner is going to be, hopefully, one of the next big things whenever she gets older. I think she's going to start doing some really good things. She's been really good in like Sicario 2. She's really good in this. She's your next, or your live action Dora, so I'm interested in that. But you also get performances from Octavia Spencer, Tig Notaro, who those two are the head of the foster parent program. Those two together are hilarious. Tom Segura plays the brother-in-law of Mark Wahlberg's character. I believe he's the brother-in-law. Yeah, he would be the brother-in-law. They have a big family, and it was Rose Byrne's sister's husband is what he played. There were some scenes, and this comes into the cutoff scenes, where like Joan Cusack shows up near the end of the movie for no real reason. Now, if it just would have been a cameo at the first time, they have her kind of pop up and there's characters in her yard. They run into her yard, and she kind of comes out and is like, what's going on? And then they're like, can we just have a minute? She goes, oh, okay, and then walks off, and you think that's it. Well, no, she ends up gets involved in the story, and it was kind of a pointless character. So there's things like that, but then you get like Margot Martindale, who plays Mark Wahlberg's mom, and she's hilarious. She becomes the spoil him and send him home type granny, you know. So yeah, this movie just has a lot to like. Like I said, the humor is subtle, and when it is really laugh out loud, it's really good. It doesn't waste its humor, and again, not all the jokes land, but you know, more often than not, you're going to be enjoying it. I liked that, though things maybe were a little predictable in the end. This is a feel-good movie, so you kind of expected it. And it's going to go where you think it's going to go, but it's one of those movies that you're going to enjoy the journey. So even though it's nothing, you're not everything that happens you're kind of expecting to happen, but you're enjoying it, and you're enjoying the characters and the whole plot along the way. It shows the ups and downs, and it has a good message of what parents could be going through if they went on this new adventure of trying to foster these kids, and then what these kids are going through having been bounced from home to home to home. But yeah, it's just a really solid, subtle comedy. Definitely a feel-good movie. So if you're looking for a decent feel-good movie this weekend, definitely check out Instant Family. In the end, it kind of becomes a commercial for foster parenting, but you know what? The movie was fine. It had a good message, so I was okay with them popping that website up at the end. It's not one of those movies where it's just trying to preach to you. It's saying, look, if you're interested, look, they don't make foster parenting look like magic. I mean, like I said, the characters go through the ups, the downs. I mean, all the characters in a way are kind of damaged in their own ways, and they have to kind of come together and discover that there is love there. And it's just a really good story, and I really enjoyed it, and I think if you go and see it, you will too. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. If you like what you've heard here, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and if you have anything to say about this movie, feel free to comment in the section below. Till next time, I'm your host, the real Geno Reynolds. See you later.